What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on PrizePicks today. Now don't forget to like this video as it does let me know to continue to give you free picks every day. So make sure to like this video clicking that button down below. And if we get 500 likes, I will do another video for tomorrow. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group. And as you guys see, we actually got 19 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get 19 picks right like me, win more bets, receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon. Should be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $500 just yesterday. Another member who won $210 for the 5th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group, and I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. So quick shout out to King Banner Music who said thanks, and shouts out to ASMR 10XO official who said I wish I could like this 50 times myself. So shouts out to them, and if you do want to win a shout out in the next video, all you have to do is comment down below in this video and like it, and you can be in the running to win a shout out in the next one. Alright, so let's get straight into the first pick, and when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're going to be talking about is James Harden for 3.5 3-pointers made, and this one actually is for less. Now looking at James Harden, we actually have seen him go on the under in 2 out of the last 5 games. Looking at those 5 games, you see on November 9th, faced off against Phoenix, had 2 3-pointers made there. November 11th, faced off against Atlanta, had 6 3-pointers made. Then November 13th, faced off against Denver, had 1 3-pointer made. November 15th, faced off against Dallas, had 6 3-pointers made. And then 5 3-pointers made against Boston on November 17th. So it's definitely been interesting to see. Now when we actually look at James Harden over that last 5, we also do see that his average over the last 5 is actually 4. So slightly above this line, but coming into this game, we do know that James Harden has himself a very good matchup against the Philadelphia 76ers. Now it is definitely going to be an exciting game between both of these teams. So starting off with the Clippers and where they do rank, Clippers are definitely in a pretty interesting situation because they find themselves in the 11th spot in the Western Conference. So they haven't really panned out as a lot of people thought they would, but they currently sit at the 11th spot. They are actually 11th in the Western Conference with a record of 4 wins and 9 losses. That's a 30.8% win percentage. And on top of that, they are also 3-5 from home, 1-4 from away, and are currently on a 1-game losing streak. Now they face off against Philadelphia 76ers as well. And looking at the 76ers, who are in the Eastern Conference, they have a much better ranking as they rank 6th in the Eastern Conference, and they have a record of 7 wins and 5 losses. So I have a 58.3% win percentage there. On top of that, we also have seen them go 4-2 from home and 3-3 from away, and are currently on a 1-game losing streak. So, looking at both of these teams, someone is going to, beat their streak. But looking at this matchup defensively, we do actually see when it comes to Philadelphia 76ers and how they do rank defensively, we do see when it comes to 3-point percentage allowed, we see that Philly rank 9th. When it comes to 3-point attempts allowed, we see that they rank 21st. And then 3 points made allowed, we actually see them rank 17th. So they do actually rank somewhat decent when it actually comes to, ranking in 3-point percentage allowed, attempts, and makes allowed. They do rank a little bit lower when it comes to makes and attempts. However, what we do actually see is that Philly also do a fantastic job at restricting, 3 points to the guard position. So that's why coming into this matchup, we do very much actually like the, under for this situation here. Philly have done a great job, and as we have seen, they rank in the top 10 when it comes to 3-point percentages allowed. So we definitely have seen them do a great job there. Now coming into this matchup between LA Clippers and also the Philadelphia 76ers, we are expecting this game to be, a very interesting game, as, we have seen Philly, they do like to hone in, focus in on stars and try to restrict them as much as they can. And that's why coming into this game, we are expecting a lot of the attention to be on someone like James Harden and to restrict him from those 3-point shots, as James Harden does like to take a lot of threes for sure. Now, for those reasons, we do very much like the under. Now, when we look at what the bookies are saying, bookies also have him favored for the under as well. So with all that being said, James Harden, 3.5 3-pointers made for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, getting into the next one, we're actually going to be talking about the opposite side of this actual matchup, a player from there, and that is Andre Drummond. Okay, so he's from Philly, and this one is for 12.5 rebounds, and this one is for less. Now, looking at Andre Drummond, we have seen him go on the under in 3 out of the last 5 games. Now, looking at those 5 games, you see on November 6th, faced off against Cleveland, had 13 rebounds there. November 9th, faced off against Toronto, had 8 rebounds. Then November 10th, faced off against Detroit, had 12 rebounds in that matchup. Then 13 rebounds against Boston on November 12th, and then 11 rebounds against Detroit on November 15th. So we definitely have seen Andre actually go on the under more than he's gone on the over. And even the times he has gone on the over, it hasn't really been that convincing enough to us. He's only gone on the over by 0.5. Now coming into this, we do actually see that his average over the last 5 is also 11.4. So significantly below his line for sure. Now, we do know Philly face off against LA Clippers. We did just touch on this. Now, just to quickly remind you all again, 76ers ranked 6th with a record of 7 wins and 5 losses. While they face off against a Clippers team where Clippers rank 11th in the Western Conference, and they have a record of 4 wins and 9 losses. So that's a 30.8% win percentage there. So very, very interesting to see. Now coming into this one, we do also know that looking at actually Philly and LA Clippers and looking at both of these teams, we do see Clippers when it comes to rebounds allowed, we actually see them rank 9th. So Clippers do a very, very good job at actually restricting rebounds, and that is because they have some great bigs in that Clippers team. Zubac being one of them. He's definitely played his heart out, and because of that, we definitely see someone like Drummond struggling here. Now Drummond as well, as we all have seen, that his usage rate, although it is still high, he hasn't been able to hit this line that consistently, and we have actually seen his usage rate be a little bit on the lower side of this line, and we are kind of expecting that streak to kind of continue. Now, as we've always mentioned, when we look at what the bookies are saying, bookies also have him favored for the under as well. So it does work out in our favor there. So Andre Drummond, 12.5 rebounds for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about a different game, and that is none other than Sam Merrill. Now, Sam Merrill, great player, and this one is for 2.5 assists, and this one actually is for less. Now, looking at Merrill, we actually have seen him go on the under in 2 out of the last 5 games. Looking at those 5 games, see on November 9th, faced off against Chicago, had 8 assists there. November 11th, faced off against Miami, had 2 assists. Then we had November 13th, faced off against Miami, had 3 assists in that matchup. 3 assists against Toronto on November 14th, and then 1 assist against Memphis on November 16th. So we definitely have seen him do, a pretty decent job at times when it comes to assists allowed, but we do know that Cleveland have themselves a very, very good matchup against none other than the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, when we look at this matchup between Cleveland and Milwaukee, starting off with Cleveland, we have seen Cleveland be on somewhat of a, good start to the season because they currently rank 3rd in the Eastern Conference, and they have a record of 9 wins and 5 losses. Now, they have a 64.3% win percentage. They are 5-2 from home, 4-3 from away, and are currently on a 1-game win streak, and they face off against the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, looking at the Bucks, we do actually see that they rank 7th in the Eastern Conference. They have a record of 8 wins and 6 losses. That's a 57.1% win percentage, and on top of that, they are 5-3 at home, 3-3 from away, and are currently on a 1-game losing streak. So they definitely have done a fantastic job there. Now, looking at someone like Sam Merrill and coming into this matchup, they face off against a Milwaukee Bucks team that when we actually look at them defensively when it comes to assists allowed, we do see that Milwaukee Bucks actually rank 12th when it comes to assists allowed. So they actually rank very, very well. And that's a big reason why we do like the under for this situation here. But to add a little extra on it as well, we do also see that Milwaukee do a fantastic job at restricting assists to the guard position. So that's why coming into this game, we do very much like the under for this one. Now, for someone like Sam Merrill, we also have seen that even the time that he has gone on the over, he's only made it over by 0.5 at times. He did have one outlier game against Chicago, and we see that game to be a little bit more of an outlying type game that has brought this line a little bit too high, that now there's a lot more value actually to go on the under. So for that reason, we do very much like the under for this one. So Sam Merrill, 2.5 assists for less, I think is a fantastic pick. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but PrizePicks is delayed with some of their lines. So here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So the first we're going to be talking about is none other than Ivica Zubac. So as you all know, Zubac is a fantastic player for the LA Clippers, and he has done a fantastic job so far this season because we've actually seen him average 16.2 points. That ranks him 64th. 10.5 rebounds, ranking him 8th, 2.3 assists, ranking him 130th, and a 63.2% field goal percentage, ranking him 9th. So he has done a fantastic job for the LA Clippers, and the LA Clippers do have themselves a very, very good matchup coming into this next game against none other than the Philadelphia 76ers. So they are coming off a back-to-back, so they did actually play a game yesterday. So this is definitely going to be, a back-to-back situation for the Clippers. Now they face off against a 76ers team that has done very well, but looking at where both these teams do rank, starting off with the LA Clippers haven't really lived up to the hype because they currently sit at the 11th spot in the Western Conference. They have a record of 4 wins and 9 losses, a 30.8% win percentage, also 3-5 from home, 1-4 from away, and are currently on a 1-game losing streak. So it's definitely been a little bit tough for them there, but they face off against a 76ers team who do rank a little bit better, ranking 6th, however, in the Eastern Conference, and they have a record of 7 wins and also 5 losses. So they have a 58.3% win percentage, 4-2 from home, 3-3 from away, and are currently on a 1-game losing streak. So it's definitely been interesting to see there. Now, coming into this matchup and looking at the 76ers, they have done a great job, but when we look at them defensively, they do actually rank 15th when it comes to points allowed, 14th when it comes to assists allowed, and then 12th when it comes to rebounds allowed. So very, very interesting to see. Looking at Zubac, we have actually seen him go, very well at times against teams that don't really do well defensively. And that's why coming into this game, we do very much like the over for someone like Ivica Zubac here. Now, Zubac is a great player, do not get me wrong, and the fact that, he does have a good usage rate in the points and rebounds, and a little bit in the assist department definitely does help. Now, I would definitely focus a little bit more on, points and rebounds due to the fact that he does have a little bit of a higher usage rate in both of those departments, but I think Ole definitely still has the capability to see him go on the over there. Now, for someone like Zubac coming into this matchup against 76ers do like to push the pace quite a bit as well, so it definitely does help out looking at the over for a situation like this, as we all know, a little bit more pace, and more pace leads to more volume means no more opportunity to score. And for someone like Zubac, who does have a great usage rate out there, we definitely see him going on the over in this one. So for that reason, definitely keep an eye out for someone like Ivica Zubac coming into this matchup. Now, when we look at his last 5 games, we also do see that, starting off on the 9th against Phoenix, actually faced off against them and had a 114-103 loss, had 21 points, 4 assists, 15 rebounds there. After that, actually faced off against none other than actually Atlanta Hawks on the 11th. And in that matchup, had a 105-102 loss with 13 points, 1 assist, 12 rebounds there. Then 18 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist against Denver on the 13th and had a 130-116 loss. Then on the 15th, had 27 points, 2 assists, 11 rebounds against Dallas with a 133-127 win in double overtime. And then on the 17th, as of recent, faced off against Boston, lost 121-118, but had 16 points, 2 assists, and 12 rebounds there. So although we have seen, when it comes to Zubac, sometimes he hasn't really, been able to get the win for his team, we definitely still have seen that Zubac's usage rate out there has definitely remained very, very high. So for that reason, we definitely do like the over for someone like Zubac coming into this game. So definitely keep an eye out for his line. If the line is too close to his averages, then definitely look to go on the over. Now, getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about Jaime Jaquez Jr. So as you all know, Jaime is a great player for none other than actually Miami Heat. Now, Jaquez has done a great job averaging 17.5 points, 7.3 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and has also had a 53.3% field goal percentage. So he's definitely done a great job there. Now, he actually comes in at 53rd when it comes to points, 35th when it comes to rebounds, tied 31st when it comes to assists, and then 24th when it comes to field goal percentage. So we definitely have seen him do a great job there. Now coming into this matchup, we do know that Miami Heat face off against a very well, rounded team, that being the New York Knicks. Now it is going to be an exciting game, and both these teams are in the Eastern Conference, but looking at both of these teams and looking at where they do rank, starting off with Miami come in at the 8th spot in the actual Eastern Conference. They actually have a record of 7 wins and 6 losses, a 53.8% win percentage, and they're also 5-1 at home, 2-5 from away, and are currently on a 2-game losing streak. And they face off against none other than actually the New York Knicks. Now, it is definitely going to be an exciting game there. Obviously, looking at all these teams, we have only seen that Knicks have retained a record of 8 wins and 4 losses. So that's a 66.7% win percentage there. They're also 8-1 at home, 0-3 from away, and are currently on a 1-game win streak. So definitely done a great job in that matchup. Now coming into this one, we do very much like this situation here because we definitely like, Jamie Jaquez against Knicks, because looking at actually, New York Knicks defensively, we do see that Knicks rank 12th when it comes to points allowed. When we look at assists allowed, we also do see that the Knicks rank 19th, and then rebounds allowed, we see that the Knicks rank 6th. Now coming into this one, we do actually like the under for this situation here, but strictly just for points and rebounds. Now, the reason why is Knicks do rank a little bit better in points and rebounds, and for someone like Jamie Jaquez Jr., he does have a little bit more of a higher usage rate in the points and rebounds department. Now, coming into this one, we do also know that when we actually look at someone like Jamie Jaquez Jr., we also have seen him not only just do a fantastic job, so we do very much like the under. Now, Knicks do like to play a slow-paced type basketball, same with the Miami Heat, and that's why we are expecting quite a slower pace game from actually both of these teams. And less pace leads to less volume and less opportunity to actually score. And that's why coming into this one, we do very much like the under for someone like Jamie Jaquez Jr., as Knicks do a fantastic job at not only just restricting points and rebounds, but also do a great job restricting that to the forward position. Now, for someone like, Triple J, we also have seen him over the last five games. On the 8th of this month, faced off against Charlotte, they actually won 126-108. And actually had 18 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds there. On the 9th, faced off against Portland, had a 136-131 win with actually 14 points, 7 assists, 12 rebounds there. On the 11th, faced off against Cleveland, had a 140-138 win in overtime and had 22 points, 7 assists, and 13 rebounds there. On the 13th, faced off against Cleveland, had a 130-116 loss with 11 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds in that matchup. Then on the actual 15th, faced off against New York Knicks and had a 140-132 loss with 23 points, 7 assists, and 9 rebounds there. So they actually did most recently face off against the Knicks, or Triple J has faced off against him recently. And although, Triple J was able to kind of take advantage of it and go on the over, we are expecting Knicks to make some adjustments and, definitely learn from that last game and send him on the under in this one. So for that reason, definitely keep an eye out for the under for someone like Triple J. We see a lot of value there to go on the under, especially if the line is too close to his averages. So for Jamie Jaquez Jr., keep an eye out for the line. If the line is too close to his averages, definitely look to go on the under. Now, getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about Aaron Gordon. So, Aaron Gordon, great player for Denver Nuggets, as we all know, and he's done a fantastic job, averaging 19.9 points, 5.9 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and has also had a 53.3% field goal percentage. So, he's definitely done a fantastic job there. Now, when we look at someone like Aaron Gordon, we actually do see that when it comes to the Denver Nuggets, they have themselves a really good matchup against the Chicago Bulls. Now, it is going to be an exciting game between both of these teams for sure, but looking at where both of these teams do rank, starting off with actually Denver, and we actually do see that they've done a great job so far this season because they currently rank 2nd in the Western Conference. So, they've done a great job there. Now, looking at this, we do also know that they actually face off against a Bulls team. But starting off with Nuggets, they rank second in the Western Conference, have a 10-win, 2-loss record, an 83.3% win percentage there. And on top of that, we also see that they're 6-0 from home, 4-2 from away, and are currently on a 7-game win streak. So definitely been fantastic to see from them there. Now coming into this one, we do very much like this situation because they face off against a Chicago Bulls team, where Bulls actually come in at the 9th spot in the Eastern Conference. Now Bulls at one point were actually number 1 in the East, but they have fallen quite a little bit. They currently have a record of 6 wins and 6 losses, a 50% win percentage there, 5-1 from home, 1-5 from away, and are currently on a 5-game losing streak. So it's definitely been a little bit tough for them there. Now, coming into this next matchup, we do also know that when we look at someone like Aaron Gordon coming into this matchup against the Bulls, Bulls do rank defensively. Looking at them defensively, they do actually rank, starting off with points allowed, they rank 22nd. They rank 20th as well when it comes to assists allowed, and then rebounds allowed. They surprisingly, do rank somewhat similar, but a little bit higher, and they rank 15th. So, coming into this matchup, we have seen Bulls rank pretty mid-tier in all 3 categories, but coming into this one, we do very much like the over for this situation here for someone like Aaron Gordon. Now, when we actually look at also Aaron Gordon over the last 5 games, we definitely have seen him do a fantastic job. Looking at those 5 games, you saw in the 6th, faced off against Miami, had a 122-112 win with 24 points, 1 assist, 6 rebounds there. On the 8th, faced off against the Golden State Warriors and actually had, in that matchup, 129-104 win and had 18 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds there. On the 12th, faced off against Sacramento at a 122-108 win with 17 points, 3 assists, 7 rebounds there. On the 13th, faced off against the LA Clippers, had a 130-116 win with 18 points, 0 assists, 5 rebounds. Then against Minnesota, had a 123-112 win with 23 points, 1 assist, and 10 rebounds. So we definitely have seen him do a fantastic job for sure. But coming into this next matchup, it is definitely going to be an exciting one. And for someone like Aaron Gordon, we definitely see him going on the over, especially against a Bulls team who unfortunately don't do a great job at when it comes to points, rebounds, and assists. Now, coming into this, we do also know that looking at someone like Aaron Gordon and the Denver Nuggets facing off against the Bulls do play a little bit more of a faster paced game. And as they do that, we also know that they actually speed up slower paced teams. And although Nuggets is slower, we are expecting Nuggets to come up to Bulls' pace, which definitely leads to a lot more volume and a lot more opportunity for Aaron Gordon to score, rebound, or play make. Now, it probably will see a line more likely to come out for points and rebounds due to the fact that Gordon does have a little bit of a better, sort of usage rate there. So definitely keep an eye out for the over for someone like Aaron Gordon coming into this matchup. See a lot of value there to go on the over. So keep an eye out for the line. If the line is under his averages, then definitely look to go on the over.